seeing I have a spare half an hour, I have whipped the door cards off, or the back quarter panel cards off the car, and took the pockets out, the pocket liners out. So as you can see, I do need to do a bit of welding on the closing panel there. That's not a great hardship, I can deal with that. I don't know how well you can see it, but the inner sill has been welded at some point. There is fresh metal behind that, but they've just left it all ragged, man. But if you look at the state of the sills on the outside, well, that explains it. This is full of wax oil, hence the horrible smell inside the car. So I need to try maybe clean that up a bit. It's a horrible smell and stuff, that. So yeah, as we know, the subframe has to come off this. The mounts that go into the heel board to mount about here where my finger is. So after speaking to Dave Jaguar and some of the other boys on in the mini community, I'm going to inject some oil in here, and that should hopefully hit the nuts and make it easier for it to come out, you know. Because the last thing I want is for the bolts to snap, which is very common when you're doing the subframe, so we really want to try and avoid that, and I would rather the nuts or the bolts came out in one go. So yeah, fingers crossed. I don't have any WD-40 in a spray can like this. However, I have used this oil in the past, the Comma release oil, and it's always been pretty good, so I'll use this stuff to squirt into the back of the bolts. Right, I'll just do the same for the other side, and hopefully that'll do the job. Even if I give it a spray every day to let the oil work in, hopefully that's hitting the spot, so to speak. So I'll just do the other side off camera, saves setting it all up. Right, we're now outside the car, and off camera I've removed the back wheels and the exhaust. For the last few weeks I have been spraying the backs off the bolts on the subframe here. I've been spraying them from the inside, which you've just seen. I have tried them, and all 4 bolts will wind out without any problem at all. I'm just going to drop the subframe, clean up the radius arms. Ideally I'd rebuild them, but I just don't have time for that. I really just want to get the car back on the road again and basically just swap all the parts over. At a later date I will put new radius arms on it and what have you, possibly a high-low kit, but at the moment I don't have the time or money, so this is just to basically keep the car on the road and hopefully get an MOT in it. The first job will be to get these split pins for the handbrake cables disconnected, and also the main brake pipe there that comes from the front to the back. Once they're all disconnected, it should drop off. You can see the fuel line there split. That's because the rubber was so brittle. I noticed that it was cracked, and when I gave it a squeeze it just split. So I've ordered new rubbers for that, so hopefully they'll be here in the next few days. Fuel tank also is disconnected, and you can see the state of the subframe. There's no way that you can reuse that, you know. Absolute cowboys that done that. So yeah, it's not ideal doing it where I'm doing it, because as you can see I'm lying on gravel and the car's tight against the fence, and it's not in the most ideal position. So yeah, I am going to struggle with this, plus I'm just myself, so just need to suck it up. Buttercup. I just remembered that you need to take the earth strap off as well, or the earth strap, the positive for the battery. Never get the subframe off. Right, so I'll go up into the car and disconnect the positive terminal. That should just be a couple of bolts. To take the brake pipe off, you're always better using a brake pipe spanner. Now that I've gave that a little clean up, I can put this baby on it. Now that's it should be a 7/16, and to take brake pipes off, I always recommend using the proper tools. If you use just a normal spanner on it, there's a good chance you could round the nuts off, because they're only soft brass or copper or whatever, brass I probably think. So you're always better using the proper tool, and as you can see it's closed more or less. There's just a gap to get the pipe in, so it's more or less open on 5 sides. So now that that's been cleaned up, that should go in and snug over it nice and tight, which that's it fully on, and just turn it. I don't think we need to torch it. That comes off nicely. I've got a little cup here just to catch the excess. To be fair, there's not a lot in the system because there's a leak from the master cylinder, which I need to try and find. So I'll be getting new brake fluid anyway. And as you can see, that brake fluid's really yucky. Still tight. And obviously this brake fluid hasn't been changed in a while. It's a good idea to change your brake fluid every 2 or 3 years because brake fluid absorbs water, which in turn rusts your brake components like your wheel cylinders. And if you've got steel pipes, your steel pipes. There we go, let's bend that slightly. Right, so we'll let that drip away into there. It'll probably drip away forever more, right enough, but that'll do just now. Right, I've just been for a spotty lunch, well, in the house anyway, and catching up with a bit of classic mini DIY. Cole's doing a live feed all the way from North Carolina. So yeah, anyway, most of the brake fluid's dripped out of it. Hopefully that should be the majority of what's in the brake line. And as you can see, that brake fluid is yucky. I'll get it out into the light and we'll have a better look at it. Right, that's the brake fluid. As you can see, it's absolutely minging. That should be like a yellowy colour, a bit like your pea. And as you can see, that is dirty brown. It's almost black. I don't know how long that brake fluid's been in the car, but as you can see, it's well fouled, so Annie will get fresh brake fluid in her when it gets put back together. Annie also needs a new master cylinder, I think, so I'll be getting new brake fluid twice probably. Right, that's everything disconnected from the subframe. Shockers are disconnected, brake pipes disconnected, handbrake cables disconnected. So now, in theory, it's just a matter of undoing the bolts and dropping the subframe. There's 4 bolts in the heel board, and there's also bolts. Oh, sorry, there's also bolts under here. It's quite hard to see. You can just make out one there, hopefully. So we'll get the bolts all undone. I'll need to support the subframe now, and we can make a start on undoing them. Right, I think they're 1/2 inch. So what I've done is I've put a 6-sided socket on it, and one of the deep impacts. Don't know how easy it'll be to get to that one. I think it's too big for that one. But we'll try this one first. I've got a spanner in the back. I did press record. I was just checking, guys. Now, I put a spanner inside the boot as well, so hopefully when I start turning it, that'll lock up and that'll let me wind it out. It seems to be winding out okay. That's the spanner just came off, so maybe try and get the short one on it. Yeah, I've lost the spanner. Just try and hold it with one hand. Much easier with two people. It's getting tight. Snap these, I'm not going to worry, because I do have new bolts somewhere. Just don't ask me where. Just back it off a little. That just did get a little tight there, but not tight enough to snap it. Right, there we go. Now I'll whiz the rest of them off camera because I don't want to bore you all to death. Right, that's all 4 bolts off. The back of the subframe. They came off not too bad. They're not the best looking. They're going to get binned anyway. But very surprised I didn't break them off. It was a completely different story when I done Angus. Where these were bolted on in Angus, the floor was just rotten and it wouldn't come out, and they ended up just coming away with the floor. So I've just got these ones now. I know they will come out, they'll come out, no problem at all. That's how easy they should come out, but minis don't normally like them to come out easy. So I think with dousing it in oil has certainly helped, but at the same time these bolts, they're actually in not too bad a condition. That's the first time I've had that bolt fully out, and yeah, it's in not too bad condition. So that makes me think that this subframe's possibly been out it before. I would imagine it has been when they done the boot repair, so that could be why these bolts are coming out easy. And once I get the other side off, I'll be able to drop the frame and have a look at the heel board, and fingers crossed that's going to be okay. Oh, that was tight. I haven't unwound this one. until now, and there's no tightness in that at all. It's just a little silly angle. You can see the oil on the end of that bolt, so that's got to have helped it. You can see how clean that thread is as well, so that tells me that this frame has been out it before. So that's really helped us along. Oh, it's tight as well. Yeah, you can really see the oil in that one. That's the first time these have actually been out the car, although I did unwind them slightly just to see if they would move prior to shooting the video. Yeah, obviously the oil in the back's done the trick, so there you go. Right, so now with all that down, this subframe should come out. Just check that it's not snagging on anything, which it isn't. It's just the jacks that are holding it in. Let's get it off the jacks. Right, there we go. That's the subframe out, and that came out very, very easily. Very happy with that. You can see the rot in it. Got the rot up here. That's the problem with these things. They just rot. It's probably an original subframe. But there's a better look at the rot. Now look at the patches on that. I mean, how can anybody put their name to that and think that's okay? I mean, it's a structural part of the car, and that's certainly not okay in my book. That's just silly. Right, now the subframe's off, let's have a little look at the heel board. That looks okay. Doesn't look too bad. I have noticed one hole, not in the heel board though. And there's a hole just up here, right there. So we'll get in and repair that, but that looks okay. It's never been repaired. That's all original. So that's good news. The holes as well for the subframe mount. Don't know how well you'll see them, but they're okay. You can see the repair on the boot floor just back there. See it there. I don't know how well this will get picked up on camera. And the holes up there for the back of the subframe. So yeah, that's not bad. The boot floor as well looks not too bad under here. A wee bit of rust there, so we'll get that treated. Seeing the subframe's off, get all this under sealed. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Just one patch there to do. That's been patched there, I think. In the past, I just noticed that. I'll do the other side, let's have a look. One there as well, maybe that's supposed to be like that. I'll have a look. I'll have a look on my boot that I've got in the loft. Well, upstairs anyway. That's fine, that's just under seal. Bit scabby there. But again, most of that's probably just under seal. Light bits of metal, but I'll give that a clean back anyway. So yeah, quite happy with that. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to order new bolts and trunnions, bushes and all that. I think I do have them, but I cannot find them. I've been looking for the last half hour, so I'll need to have a look on the internet and see if I can get a set. But there we go. Right, here we are inside, and that hole that we've seen on the underside is here under the seat base. I've taken the back seats out, and as you can see, Rover, this is a Rover car, didn't paint the inside yet that well. Oh well. But at least with this being here, it'll be a lot easier to repair from the inside. That way I'm not having to lie upside down and have weld splatting about all over me. So while I'm repairing this, I'll put a plate on there. I can repair this here as well. This is a closing panel for the subframe. Now, I had to do a repair on Angus about 10 years ago for this exact same problem. So I'll just put a little patch in there as well, and that'll be that sealed. hammer that down a bit. I did open it up slightly to try and get a camera in to see the state of the bolts, and I did try to record it, but it didn't work for some reason. That's why that's open slightly, so I'll hammer that back down. And the same with that side, open that side up a bit further, but I'll just dress that back down. That closing panel's fine, no problem there. So at the same time with all this out, I'll get the carpet out as well, because I don't want any sparks going on the carpet and putting holes in it. So get all that welded up, get all this cleaned up as well, and hoovered out and what have you. That's 30 years of grime built up in here, and to be fair, it's not too bad. So at least I'll get all this cleaned up. Oh, what's this? A bit of tape here. I've just noticed it. Two holes. Strange. Very strange. If anybody knows what they are, or what they could be, let me know in the description. That's bizarre. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here for this one, and in the next video we'll crack on and start welding her and cleaning up the subframe, well, under the boot floor where the new subframe is going to go, and swap all the bits over. So anyway guys, once again, if you have made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.